Recon Police 10-7.
Get out, fighting. I'm not fighting.
Campbell is philosophical about his attempts to outrun the law.
But I don't care. I've done the crime now. I'm just doing the time.
Ian claims he's got a good excuse for breaking the law.
Why you were driving on a luna's then?
Because he was more pissed than I was.
Angie's relationship with her boyfriend hits an all-time low.
You know, I'm just going to smash your face over and you're going to sit outside in the kennel like a dog.
1, 2, 3.
And Julie's night out in Palmerston North ends in the back of a police wagon. It's Saturday night and Constable Natalie Lyons has been called to a domestic incident.
Now standing at the end of the driveway screaming with neighbours calling out abuse to her.
When Natalie arrives at the scene, she finds a drunk and distraught Angie.
I was trying to get out of the driveway.
What's happened?
I just moved in today with my boyfriend and he assured me that his stepfather wouldn't smash me over again. And we came home. I wasn't going to... No, you can take my keys. I just wanted to get off their property.
What did you do to your foot?
He pushed me and I went through the window.
Okay.
I just don't want my car in there. I didn't want to... I wasn't going to drive up the road because I knew you guys were coming and the ambulance.
I don't believe that you were going to drive up the road.
No, I wanted to go just up the property.
Right, and you moved in here today, is that right?
Further back down the road.
Yep. So why did you have to fight?
Because I came home with my friend. I know she's on my tour one there.
Yeah.
And the registration plate there.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend, best
You got
friend.
something to put on that foot to stop
No,
it bleeding?
he doesn't give a fuck about me. He doesn't give a shit.
No, just have a seat in your car. What's your name? Oh, lovely. Oh, thank you. Have a seat in the car.
I don't want to be there though.
Okay.
I don't want to be.
Put your foot up on there like this.
I've already been to court for this bastard breaking my nose.
Okay, I want you to put pressure
While
on.
Natalie's been trying to make sense of Angie's version of events, another officer's been talking to her boyfriend Rick and his stepdad.
Right, we'll just hang fire here for the moment, because I think she's making a complaint that you guys assaulted her.
Well, she wouldn't leave, okay?
Yeah.
I grabbed her by the arm, and there might be a small bruise there, but that's it. Okay? I haven't hit her, smashed her over or anything. I should have, but you know.
No.
I know I should. I'm just telling you, the amount of stuff that she's done. Okay? I'm just telling him straight up, man. You know, 'cause,
So who owns the house? Yeah. Did you want to make a formal complaint against her?
No, I would just like it to stop, you know.
You just want
the neighbours, and you know, if she fixes the window later, I'm happy with that. She did assault me, but I'll leave it at that. So, you know, when she assaulted me, my son said, "Don't hit her." You know, I went back inside, and then, you know, after that, because she threw a couple punches at me, and then I heard her kick the window. I came back. I said, "That's enough. I want his friends off the property. I want everybody out of here right now."
Angie has told the police that her boyfriend had pushed her through the window, but with further questioning, a different story starts to emerge.
So your foot went through the glass window, is that right? Did you make it go through the window?
I guess so. I guess so.
We'll come and see if we do, thank you.
I guess so, yeah.
What did you do that for?
Well, because I came home and I wanted my keys to my car and he was holding everything from me and he said, "No, you're just going to stay outside. You know, I'm just going to smash your face over and you're going to sit outside in the kennel like a dog."
That's what your stepfather said to you?
No, that's what my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend? You guys been drinking tonight?
I have been.
Yep. How much have you had to drink?
2 Smirnoffs. The premiums. I wasn't going to go up the main road. I knew you guys were coming, so I was going to stay on the main road for you guys. I need help. I can't just hide my foot and just drive somewhere. I don't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. And this guy's boyfriend just wants to take off drunk by himself home. He says, well, you guys, the cops are coming, you know, I've got to go. I'm like, yeah, well, I've got to fucking... My foot's fucked, and you guys say you give a shit. What's your name?
Rick and Angie's relationship is clearly not a match made in heaven.
She was telling me that she's like had sex with all these dudes when I was in jail and that, and I just had enough, so I told her to leave, you know. Why should I deal with that, you know?
At that stage I told him and his friend to just come up to the house and stay up there and stay away from them, but it cooled down, they went back and had a few more drinks and then it flared up again. So.
Okay. Basically, they're drinking with some friends.
Yep.
Another couple had an argument. Yep. She took the side of the girlfriend or something. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the boyfriend took, I don't know, he didn't like it. So they got into an argument, went outside. The boyfriend locked her outside.
Yep.
Just shut the door, so
yep.
you know.
Yep. That's what she's saying.
Did he bother to give my keys back or anything that belongs
is it your cell phone?
Well, you must have your keys.
Oh, he bothered to give that back, but not the keys.
The keys to the car? You're talking about the keys to the car?
Yeah, he gave them back to me afterwards.
Now here's the keys to the car.
After his dad ran towards me and punched me in the side of the cheek. Thanks. Thanks a lot for giving the keys to my car back. They make me feel like I've got no choice, you know. I've lived with them before.
I've got ambos coming.
With Angie admitting she'd caused the damage to her own foot and no evidence of assault, no charges were laid. Natalie took her to A&E for medical treatment and she was later picked up by her mum.
It's orientation week here in Palmerston North, and many new students are in town, and there's a big function up at Massey, and slowly they migrate downtown here to the local pubs.
Constable Duncan Cameron and fellow team policing officers are on the lookout for underage drinkers and drunken disorder. It's not long before they're called to one of the student pubs.
Another one of our pubs, it's called the Old Railway or Scarfy's Bar. We've been told that a man has been restrained there. From there, job.
A drunk student has gone on the Rampage and decided to rearrange the hotel's light fittings.
Came down the street, no shirt on, all enraged with some other problem he's had elsewhere. Ripped me light off the wall.
Okay.
And security just restrained him. Now he's
this plonker here, sitting down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Right. You do this the hard way or the easy way. Okay. You stand up, handcuffs are going on your back. You're under arrest. You walk them over to the truck. Get their light bulb there. And what's happening is this fellow over my right shoulder here has walked down the street. He's intoxicated. He's climbed the wall of the pub behind me and ripped the light fitting off the wall there.
Police put Carl in a cell to reflect on his drunken behaviour.
Do you remember doing damage to the light?
Yeah, I do that.
Tell me about that.
I don't know what happened, but I just smashed it because everyone was just pissing me off, so I just smashed it. That's all I would say.
You know what's happened, eh?
Yeah, I've been arrested.
For detox?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So that means that as soon as you're just a bit more sober, you get kicked out.
Yes.
Alright?
Yeah.
Have a snooze.
You're a good guy.
Alright, mate.
Carl's orientation celebration has come to an end. The hotel didn't press charges and police released Carl after some sobering time in the cell.
If she doesn't get up, then she can go to hospital.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, outside the station, Detective Simon Harrison has brought back a severely intoxicated young woman. She is so drunk she can't stand, and Simon has taken her off the street for her own safety.
I was just driving down Main Street and outside the fence by Harvey Norman. This young lady was leaning up against the fence. She was by herself and she appeared very intoxicated, and stopped to speak to her, and shortly thereafter she fell over and sort of passed out. Got some of the guys to come and help us transport her back here to the station, and on the way back she threw up in the wagon, and she fell down here as we're trying to get her inside, and she's thrown up again. No, I've got no idea who she is. She may live in Fielding.
Where in Fielding do you live?
Julie partially comes to her senses and is able to give some information to another officer.
And you're from Fielding, are you?
Yeah.
Do you live with your mum and dad or?
Your mum.
Your mum?
Why can't you put me in a cell?
Hey?
Why can't you put me in a cell?
Why can't we put you in a cell? Because we can't monitor your health there. We're not doctors and you might be seriously
Put me in a fucking A&E.
A&E?
Yes.
Fucking A&E?
Yes.
That's not nice language.
Sorry, sir.
That's all right.
Won't get an ambulance, just take a net and hose it out. Otherwise it'll make a hell of a mess.
Oh, it is. Like this one, we're going to lift you up, okay? Okay, we're going to pull up to the knees on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Try and pull yourself up to the knees. That's the 1. Oh, excellent. Do you want to spew any more?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't think you have to worry about your clothing, mate. 1, 2, 3. Get the lift.
Because Julie's blood alcohol level is so high, the police decide to get her to hospital.
This young lady here is just absolutely pissed. Bloody disgraceful. She's someone's daughter, someone's granddaughter. She's just one out of the textbook for drinking. Buggered if we know where her mates are.
Julie's taken in for detox. She's now safe and will recover from her night of chronic excess. When we come back, Ian finds out that his learner licence does not qualify him to wrap his mate's car around a tree.
You knew you weren't supposed to be driving. And obviously didn't really give two hoots because you weren't aware of what sort of licence Luke had.
It's 1:20 in the morning and Palmerston North Constables Doug Seal and Clint Wallace have just been called to an accident.
Just going to a vehicle crash just here on the square. Apparently a car has crashed into a tree. And no one's trapped. Apparently there's 2 people in it and one's had some injuries.
Up ahead, a badly damaged car's wedged firmly against a tree and officers are already on the scene.
Either you the driver?
Yeah.
Come and talk to me.
You just don't worry about them, mate.
Ian, the driver, is a bit dazed, but his passenger's head has gone through the windscreen and his face is covered in blood.
Well, how fast do you think you were going?
30 at the time, and then it was
30 kilometres an hour. I could run that fast.
I was a witness.
Yeah,
I was not going fast at all, mate.
And it just went bang straight into the tree.
Sideways, mate, and landed on the
Yeah.
There was a hell of an impact there.
Yeah.
I was coming the other way. He wasn't going fast.
I wasn't going that fast, man. I just noticed I was looking and there was like bang into the tree and I was like, fuck, I just turned around the corner.
Back end sort of came out on around the corner.
That's one thing, I don't want to drive a Mini, but then I don't want to drive something that big ever again.
Ian, have you had anything to drink tonight?
Yeah, no, a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
How much is a little bit?
Glass or 2?
Just a glass of beer?
While Doug has to accept the witness's version of events, the damage to the car and the hole in the windscreen suggests a much harder impact. And the admission that he's been drinking means Ian will have to take a breath test.
All right, just take a good breath and blow into the air for me, please. Thank you. All right, it's a failed youth. All right. Now, that means it's indicating to me that you are over the level for your age.
My age?
Okay, because you're under 20, your breath alcohol level can't be any higher than 150 micrograms of alcohol per litre of breath. All right. Now, that's telling me that it's indicating that you're over that level. All right, but it still doesn't give me a number. But because you have failed it, now we have to go into the stage further, and you're now required to accompany me to the Palmerston North Police Station or any other such place for the purpose of an evidential breath test, blood test, or both. All right? I'll explain what that means.
So I don't have to pay for anything?
On the stage. Do you work?
Hey, no, I'm trying to find it, but it's getting harder and harder at times. Crap.
The arrival of an ambulance means Luke, the injured passenger, can finally get some treatment, and he's been very lucky. His wounds are mostly superficial, although still painful.
Well, I can't see myself in the mirror, so I couldn't actually pay, but Feels like my face is burning. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
With Luke on his way to Palmerston North Hospital, Ian goes back to the station for an evidential breath test, and he's under the limit. Although there's still the question of driving on a learner's licence.
What sort of licence has he got?
Don't know, never really asked for his own.
Why you were driving on a learner's then?
Because he was more pissed than I was.
All right, you can drive a motor vehicle if you have a fully licensed driver sat beside you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you don't know if he was fully licensed, and the reason you were driving was because, as you put it, he was more pissed than what you were.
Yeah.
So even if he's on a fully licensed, a full licence, then how can he be properly supervising you? Which is what a fully licensed driver is supposed to be doing.
No.
It's your copy.
Ian had no answer, and being an unaccompanied driver will cost him $400, and there could be worse to come.
A learner driver unaccompanied, and he may well be summoned for careless driving as well, causing injury. All right, do you have any questions about that?
Anything like PD that I could do without that kind of cash, straight up, that fast?
Well, if you had no money, what were you doing driving? I mean, you know what the conditions are of a learner licence. You knew you weren't supposed to be driving. And obviously didn't really give two hoots because you weren't aware of what sort of licence Luke had. And even if he had a correct licence, I mean, by your own admission, he was more pissed than what you were. And that's why you were driving. True?
True.
All right. Okay, well, as my partner said, Luke's in hospital. And I imagine he'll be there for a few hours. They don't normally rush it. They'll just sort of keep him under some observation, especially with a knock to the head like that.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't expect rush.
Luke was released from hospital the following morning, and after confirming that Ian had not been speeding, police decided not to lay any further charges.
What is the trauma injury? I mean, he's whacked the windscreen with his head.
Stop on Cofly Street, just trying to catch up to it.
It's just before midnight, and Lower Hutt Constables Rion Blake and James Pomari are chasing a guy who's failed to stop after a dangerous overtaking manoeuvre on a blind corner.
I seen flashing lights behind me because I overtook a car in front of me to get in front of that car, and behind me was a cop car flashing his lights. And I didn't know if he was coming for me, so no, I kept, I've been driving hard out all night, speeding.
Should be a white Honda. Pulling into an address, still white.
I stopped, next minute, these fellas here smashed the window, hey.
Campbell's window had been smashed by Rion Blake after he'd seen Campbell lock the door of the car.
Get out.
Fighting. I'm not fighting.
Come on, go.
I'm not fighting. Honest.
Why don't you stop, buddy?
I didn't know you were chasing me. I've been drinking.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground. I'm not being tough. You don't need to be tough.
Yep.
Please.
Just,
Yeah, I'm being compliant.
you're not being
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm being compliant. Boss, I'm not being,
Why don't you stop?
Pardon?
Why didn't you stop?
I didn't even see you chasing me until now along here. Honest.
Sure?
Yeah, that's why I didn't
No,
run. Honest.
Right, you're under arrest.
Yeah,
You're stop,
sweet
right?
ass. Yeah, I'm not fighting. Honest. I'm calm. I've been drinking, boss.
There, comes north.
Yep. Boss.
Comes north.
There's glass in my eye, boss.
Yeah, one in custody. We're outside 119. Go fine.
I'm not fighting, boss. Honest.
What's your name? That's right. Hey.
I'm not fighting.
Come in there, mate.
Yep, I've got glass in my eye.
Yep, you'll be right.
I'm not fighting, boss.
That's good.
I didn't arrest anything. I didn't see you pulling me up until then. I've been drinking. I'm not lying to you. Yep. Okay, I've been drinking, driving.
Just jump in, mate.
Yep. Didn't need a smash window, okay? I wasn't, I didn't know. Honest, boss. That's why I'm not fighting now.
Yep, good. Just jump in.
Yep.
Good man.
Yep.
Campbell's insistence that he's been drinking leads to the inevitable breath test.
So this is called a breath screening test, right? What I require to do is blow into this machine until I tell you to stop. You understand that? Okay, I now require you to undergo a breath screening test without delay. Blow in there until I tell you to stop. Keep going, and stop. Okay, pass. So obviously those beers are worn off, right? But you're still coming back to the police station with a filing pistol. Okay.
I wasn't like,
No,
you know,
don't stand
I'm not violent or anything, you know, I'm not resisting. Yeah, I am.
Can you answer it?
Yep.
Keep your feet back in.
Boss, I'm not being violent. Like when you smashed the window of my place,
You're not listening,
I didn't
right?
fight. I am listening, boss. I'm not being violent.
Turn around, put your feet in.
Yeah, through there, she can. They're doing their job, you know. Through this, they're the law. They're just doing what they're meant to be doing, you know. Through this, I've got nothing against them or anything. They're just doing their job, that's all.
By the time they'd arrived back at Lower Hutt Station, police had established that Campbell was already a disqualified driver.
You just follow this officer, mate. No, the registered owner isn't.
Campbell's car was impounded and he faced 3 charges relating to this incident.
Campbell's just going through with another officer. He's going to be fingerprinted and photographed now, and then he will be bailed on the charges that he's facing, which are dangerous driving, failing to stop and disqualified driving, and he'll appear in the Lower Hutt District Court within the next 7 days.
When Campbell appeared in court, he was given 280 hours of community service and disqualified from driving for 12 months. But for the moment, he seems resigned to his fate.
But I don't care. You know, it's done the crime now. I'm just doing the time. You know? I'm not a bad bugger. Not hardcore, you know?
Next week on Police 10-7, Dave flees the scene of the crime but ends up in a trap of his own making.
Climb up. I'm trying. Use your feet, man. Use your feet. Think about it.
Dunedin's drunks prove a problem for police. Sam smashes a toy shop window and can't explain why he did it.
What, were you thinking of grabbing something out of there, or?
No, I don't know after it, just did it.
And Beverly makes her bed in all the wrong places.
What are you doing in this car?
Sorry, I didn't know it was somebody's car.
You didn't know it was somebody's car?
No, I'm sorry.
Is it your car?
No.
Yeah, it's obviously somebody else's car then, isn't it? If it's not yours.
It's open.